A smile as sweet as honey and skin as soft as silk is what you wouldn't be seeing or feeling because you decided to murder a helpless human being. Knowing that abortion is murder and you can only murder the living, the baby is alive. An unborn child is alive with a heartbeat and is its own person. Although many women will end up having abortions, they are very unsafe. Most of its side effects from the abortion pill are extremely unsafe for both the mother and obviously the child. Also, women abuse the system and use it too much. Many women are careless and don't think about the consequences of messing around and getting pregnant, so they just go to abortions as a form of birth control. On the other hand, rape victims should be able to abort the unwanted baby, so they don't have to be reminded of what happened to them. What about all of the women that get raped and can't do anything about it? There is always the option of putting the baby up for adoption, so somebody that cannot have children could adopt the child that you didn't want. In conclusion, babies should be given the chance to live because they deserve that right and because they are their own person.
The whole time that the baby is inside of the mother, it is a living human being. While inside of the womb, the fetus has a heartbeat starting at as early as 8 weeks. My friend had an abortion just before 21 weeks, and at 21 weeks, the baby would be able to survive on its own with help. As soon as the sperm encounters the ovum, fertilization occurs. At 8 weeks, it has fully functioning organs and can suck its own thumb. According to authors Shannon and Walter, fertilization accomplishes 4 things in human embryonic development. It gives the pre-embryo its own complete set of 46 chromosomes. It determines chromosomal sex, and it establishes genetic variability, and it initiates the cell division of the zygote that is now called the pre-embryo. So that means that before the 8 weeks, it would be fine to get an abortion because the organs aren't fully functioning yet. The baby doesn't have all of its fully functioning organs between 3 to 4 weeks, so the mother could just take the abortion pill so the baby will not feel anything. Before the 8 weeks, the baby is just a ball of cells. If the baby is just a ball of cells, then why is it moving around inside of the mother? The baby is not a bundle of cells if it is beginning to grow organs and moving around. How can anyone say that a fetus isn't a human being until it leaves the womb? We could already see our little one's arms and legs moving around, the tiny heart beating, and could even see the way it rested in a holiday-esque style with its arms behind its head. Not only are the fetuses living, but also having abortions is very unsafe to the mother.
Abortions are inhumane and unsafe to the mother and the child. Pills taken for abortion make you sick, cause a huge loss of blood, and make you extremely nauseous. Many girls, when using the pill, get very sick, and the child feels the pain while being slowly killed. Abortions are so unsafe, they have even killed women. In 2012, 4 women died as a result of complications from known legal abortions. Between 1973 and 2012, 427 women died as a result of legal abortion. Well, at least it kills a child rather quickly. For example, the child wouldn't have to go through pain and suffering. Even though the process is fast, the baby will still feel the pain. My cousin works for the Women's Center in Tennessee, and she knows that babies develop pain receptors at 8 weeks. Fetuses have the capacity to feel pain as early as 8 weeks, but doing it any earlier than that does not make it better. The neural circuitry responsible for the most primitive response to pain, the spinal reflex, is in place by 8 weeks of development. Abortions are unsafe, and too many women worldwide use it as a form of birth control.
There are many women that use abortion as another form of birth control. Numerous women think it's perfectly fine if they get pregnant because they can just go and get an abortion. A teenager that I know has had 3 abortions because she was just being unsafe with her sexual actions. A plethora of women forget that there are people who would give up everything to care for that child. If there has been an abortion, there is usually multiple within the same woman. About half of all U.S. women having an abortion have had one previously. However, it is the woman's choice because it is her body and she has the right to do whatever she wants with it. For instance, the child is in her body, so it's her property. The baby doesn't have any rights until it becomes 18, so the mother has control over the child until then. Similarly, the child is its own person. It is just inside of the mother. The baby has its own DNA, therefore it is its own person. The mother is just carrying the fetus for the time being. Every cell of his body is uniquely his, each different than every cell of the mother's body. Often, his blood type is also different, and half of the time the gender is different. Furthermore, too many women worldwide use abortion as a type of contraception.
Planned Parenthood is a very cruel thing to be involved with as a mother.
The baby is always living from the moment fertilization begins.
Abortions are extremely unsafe and harmful to the mother and the child, and too many women use it as a contraceptive.
There are many other options besides killing another human being.
Any woman who decides to have an abortion should have to do 300 hours of community service within a matter of 2 months.